Now, when we talk about building, this is very important because when it comes to relationships, we build in stages, but we arrive in phases. See, some people are trying to arrive in the phase of marriage, but you ain't built in the stage of singleness. Some people are trying to arrive in the phase of fiance and boyfriend and girlfriend, but you ain't built in a level of friendship. And when we don't build in stages, we arrive in wrong phases, counterfeit phases. That's why we have to understand that relationships, intimacy should be dispersed in levels, not given right away. Somebody needed to hear that. Because you met somebody yesterday and they're your best friend today. Ooh, Jesus. You met somebody yesterday and now you're already letting them see your birthday suit. Anybody know what the birthday suit is? But intimacy should be preceded by commitment. For every level of intimacy we go, there should be an established commitment. But I feel like this generation, or at least my generation, I feel like sometimes we overpromise and underdeliver. We treat relationships like credit. Just give us credit now, we'll pay for it later. Give us intimacy now, we'll pay for it later. No. That is the way the world does relationships. In fact, if you are a believer, the way you do relationships should be different from the world. The issue is you allow God to save your soul, but you didn't allow God to save you in principles. You still got those old carnal principles. You're trying to date wrong but marry right. You can't date wrong and marry right. You can't have godly results using worldly principles. You can't use godly results, or you can't have godly results or worldly principles. Not only does God want to save your soul, he wants to save your principles. He wants to save the way you look at life. He wants to introduce you to the principles of God. See, the world has the principles sometimes, but they don't have the presence. And the Christians sometimes have the presence, but they don't have the principles. When we take the presence of God and we marry it with the principles of God, guess what? We now have a plan of God. And where there's a plan, there is strategy. And where there is strategy, you need a daily walk with the Lord. See, if I'm going to get the coordinates of God, I need to spend time with him. I need to make sure that I get to learn the master builder, Jesus Christ, the presence of God, before I try to build with somebody else. See, we are trying to build horizontally before we have an encounter with the master builder vertically. This is why the wisest man in the Bible, who wrote arguably the most sexual central book of the Bible, King Solomon, he says, don't awaken love before it's time. Tell your neighbor, say, don't awaken love too early. Shameless plug. Because if you, in this love that Solomon is talking about, he's not talking about a storge love, which is a family bond. He's not talking about a filial love, which is a brotherly love. He's not even talking about agape love, which is God's divine love. When he say don't awaken love too early, he's talking about an erotic love, eros. Because if you awaken the romantic eros love too early, you will misdiagnose love, and you would outsource love to thrills, impulse behavior, and cheap feelings. And love is more than a feeling. Love is a person. Love is Jesus. Love is built upon the rock. So if I don't encounter love on a vertical level, I'll keep misdiagnosing love on a horizontal level.